I am here for task 702. Great. Who has been attending from the city attorney recently? It's not Ted anymore, right? Okay.
Good morning, Audit LA. Were you wishing to make general public comment or multiple agenda item comment today? Mona M., are you wishing to make multiple agenda item comment or general public comment today?
Hi, good morning. Sorry about that. I'm looking for general and everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mona M., are you wishing to make general or multiple today?
Thank you. There you are. The unmute button is taking quite a while. Sorry, Ms. Matson. Just general public comment this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. And Jill, are you wishing to make general or multiple today?
General, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Gigi's phone. Are you wishing to make multiple or general today?
General.
Thank you. And Miriam, are you wishing to make general public comment or multiple today?
Just like general, thank you.
Thank you.
pretty young girl working again. She's a hard worker too. Morning. Where's the ponytail girl? She's mean. She abuses people.
You can't say that.
Morning.
Herman,
Go.
I thought those officers were here to arrest you, man. I said, shoot. Oh, well.
Gave him a 1 minute welcome to City Hall.
This is that nice young lady over there.
I ran into one of your colleagues. Edwin? Edwin was on his way. The line was like, oh, hey, it's exemplary. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Was Edwin in?
I ran into him on the elevator, one of the parking lots. So,
I got him talking. He was talking. So I don't know if they want. Of course, on the right hand side, yeah, he has to give him the sticker, the yellow tag. And then go to B2.
bring your own vehicle.
I told him it's not guaranteed. The meeting's at 10, you're here at 9:20, first time you come. It's his first time, he wanted to get his feet wet.
All right.
We're gonna retire, man, somebody has to take over,
Baptizing by fire. Here we go.
So Lance is retiring. Lance is out of here.
He told me that a while back. I don't want to. I'm just going to slip out of here. That's how I do. Oh, shit, hard. Not this way. So much for the secret.
He's got a consultant from Metro.
Yeah, that's what you told me. Oh, shit. Long 40 footsteps. Supplemental income. Dude, just
A little bit more, the big deals are worth it. Yeah. Starting an organization at this age, and everything.
yeah, somebody wants to
Start on the bottom of the ladder all over again.
No. I'm going to do shit. I'm going to do what I want to do.
I'm a boss now, I'm gonna stay a boss.
Yeah, I'm going to do one thing, nothing. That's what I do best.
I call it consulting is tying shoelaces. That's what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna invite
I
people
want to be
shooting.
looking, let's see, what's the fish report look like?
Exactly.
I'm
There we go.
going hunting and fishing.
That's my language.
At
Oh, I didn't know you hunt too. Yeah, I do both of those.
oh, really? No kidding. What do you hunt?
Just dove and
Oh, no kidding.
dove and
We're
quail.
wing hunting. Upland.
We go September 1st every year.
Oh, yeah.
We're up in the Fresno area.
Oh, you go for the, okay. I don't, I dove hunt there since November.
I used to go deer.
I go supper down below, down in Blight. When the cold weather is Blight.
I did some deer hunting, but I don't do that anymore because of my knees. You know,
Yeah.
it requires a lot of climbing. I can't do that anymore.
I haven't done that yet. When I was a kid, I was hunting.
You hunted in Azusa.
Yeah, we got all the time.
That's great.
Got some geese. Oh, yeah.
Fishing all the time.
Fishing,
Man.
oh, yeah.
You go deep sea? You go deep
I
sea?
go deep sea and the lake and the river. Hey, anywhere I can get a line, anywhere I can get out of here.
That's awesome.
Trying to get into fly fishing, but set it up and hook with an animal.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Well, fly fishing. So, that's our summer.
For 10 years, I was on a charter boat. And it's chartered by fly fishermen. Half of the fishermen half the big hogs.
Okay, I've not heard that.
And then the fly fishermen,
Okay.
half and half, and we're into each other for 3 days. It's a 3-day charter.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We used to charter the Apollo out of San Diego.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's a decent boat.
That's a big boat. Yeah. They say now they moved that. But anyhow, my father was there. Yeah, we gotta talk sometime.
What a ride.
Sunny, I've been trying to go with Sunny, but the schedule is not on his
Sonny
calendar.
asks me every now and then.
He offered me a spot on the September or the Labor Day trip. So I'm gonna be on it. Out of the country. Hi, Dustin. It's Dustin, correct? Dustin. He wanted a burrito run.
Ask if you ever need it.
Did you hear about that guy in Hermosa Beach?
What?
Filming and talking about and Hermosa police said that he was under protected speech.
Oh, was he arrested or?
No, he hasn't committed. Hermosa police says he's a media.
What, or is it what they say is what crime is he committed?
There you go. That
They always try to 415 stuff. 5150.
Yeah, well, finally they got him some help or something. They think the point is he already gave him damage. Psych bus.
So why haven't we taken up the committee or the committee
No use of the word. And tell me. I tell you why. Because they realize that. What?
when I talked to the business expert on the case, they're considering me as
Or baby.
probably the judge.
113.
Actual judge.
On behalf of Ms. Chavez for showing up on time, we want to thank her, everybody. Now, where is Mr. Corsan? Is Mr. Corsan involved in a conspiracy to hide information from the public? Is Mr. Corsan in favor and support of the LGBT queer flag? Well, I'm in opposition. I demand the flag to come down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a full quorum. Mr. Corsan, President, is in his chair. Let's rock and roll.
But Mommy Jenny, look at Mr. Corsan, don't let me participate. Tell him, Mommy, be nice to me. I'm just a little boy with a lot of problems. It's not John's fault the mayor hates him. He's the only white Republican in here. Well, what do you got to say, Mr. Kangaroo? Mr. Roo, Kangaroo. Look, we got a new city attorney. Does she know about Peter Thomas? And Peter Thomas got his law license removed for stealing from the public? After he tried to censor me about talking about DWP and that little shrivelly black man named Herb Wesson, who allowed all this stealing for years by the DWP. How American is that? Tell me, Mr. Kane.
Donald Trump sucks.
Oh, look,
Who said that?
somebody likes Donald Trump because he sucks. I
Say it
like
again.
Trump too. He
My sucks is
sucks.
worth nothing.
Let's have a presentation first so I can clap. All that should be reviewed prior to the meeting. You can't look at something at the last minute and just vote yes.
Council, they presentation figures.
Good morning, President Corsan. Apologies for the delay. We're ready to get started.
Thank you, Ms. Mattson. Welcome, everyone, to the Board of Public Works meeting for Friday, April 4th. Ms. Mattson, if you'd like to take roll call and establish quorum for us, please.
Yes, good morning, President and board members. I'm Elise Mattson, Executive Officer with the Board of Public Works, taking roll in establishing quorum. President Corsan, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell are all present. We have a quorum. We're also joined by our City Attorney Representative Daryl Field. President Corsan, we have several public comment cards for in-person public comment, 5 speakers on the Zoom platform for general public comment, 1 speaker for multiple, and a few hands raised that I would need to check on. And we have no neighborhood council commentary.
Great. I think let's start with the presentation for today. If we have someone from sanitation here to celebrate the work, Mr. Potter, come on up.
Good morning, Commissioners, Bureau Representatives, City Attorney, and Executive Officer. I'm Robert Potter, the Assistant Director with LA Sanitation and Environment. I'm here today to honor Victor Castillo. Victor, can you come on up? On his retirement from the City of Los Angeles. Victor Castillo started his city career 33 years ago as a refuse collection truck operator in the Bureau of Sanitation's East Valley Collection Yard. Shortly after that, he transferred over to West Valley, where I had the opportunity to work with him for a long time.
In September of 2023, Victor joined the Livability Services Division Illegal Dumping and Altered Shift Response Team. This team is engaged in making sure that the illegal dumpings are eradicated throughout the city. Victor is admired by his coworkers for being a hard worker, working without complaints, and completing his tasks on time. Many supervisors and team members have declared that Victor is an exceptional employee and an example for all of his coworkers. Victor exudes his positive outlook on life. When asked about his memorable work experience, he exclaimed, helping his coworkers without expecting anything. If you understand trash, there's always challenges every day, and Victor was that person that would pick up the slack when it was needed. He added that an attitude of reporting to work excited every day makes his work days light and less stressful. Victor was born in Mexico City, loves his family, which includes 3 grown-up kids and 3 grandchildren. On his days off from work, he does more work. He helps his kids fix their homes, brings his grandkids to school, and does housework as needed. Victor is a great man who is full of hope and good influence on others. LA San LSD is proud to have had an excellent worker like Victor, a great loving dad, and a grateful and responsible Angelino. Congrats, Victor. You want to say anything?
Just to say thank you for letting me work for the city of Los Angeles.
And with that, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Potter. Thank you, Mr. Castillo. Don't go too far. We're gonna praise you a bit from around the dais if any commissioners would like to speak. Commissioner, President Pro Tem Grant.
Congratulations, Mr. Castillo. As Mr. Potter said, I think it's a privilege for us and an honor to be part of the city family that you've helped us define. And your characters define not only you, but it's helped to define this city, and we're the better for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Vice President Chavez.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for your service, and I think you are a shining example of what it can be to work for the city, work hard, provide for your family, be an example for the next generation, and also give back to the city. So thank you again. And I think you are a shining example.
Commissioner Kang and then Commissioner Mitchell.
Congratulations and thank you so much for your decades of service. Your work is such an integral part of our operation here at Public Works and Sanitation, so thank you.
Mr. Castillo, you got a well-deserved retirement, and we commend you and thank you for your service, years of service to the city. Description that you came to work excited every day is very indicative of not only your attitude, but I would imagine other attitudes of public servants that work for the city. And we thank you and commend you for your service and have a great retirement taking care of your family.
So the timing of your retirement is interesting to me because last week I got to join Mr. Potter and the North Central crew for a 5-hour shift and see the work that actually gets done and the quality of the interactions between staff, especially before 6 o'clock in the morning. And here you are retiring, and it's fresh on my mind what I experienced that day. First and foremost, congratulations and thank you. It is not an easy job. I may have only done it for 5 hours, but for doing it for 37 years, I commend you and thank you because it's a lot of hard work mentally as well as physically, and the toll it can take on your family from the time away because of overtime or the travel times and the hours of starting so early in the morning. Means you probably had missed out on some evening times with family and friends so that you can get to bed early. And also a testament, 37 years, to you as a quality of a human being, because what I saw at the yard, it's a family in itself. And for you to have coworkers here with you, in addition to your family, is a testament to who you are as a person outside of just regular work, that people look to you as a role model and a mentor and someone they can learn from and are happy to work with. And for that, I'm sorry to see you leave, but happy that you are now going to spend more time with your family with less of the toll it takes. So congratulations, and thank you for your dedicated service to the city of LA. And I hope in the years ahead, you can bask in some sunshine and have fond memories of the work you did for us. Thank you. We're going to take a...
Thank you.
So, go ahead, Mr. Potter.
No, thank you for the time.
We're going to take a quick 5-minute recess so we can take photos in the back. It is 10:13, and we will be back at 10:18.
Ready? Audio test, audio test, audio test.
Miss Mattson, this is Mona M. Just thought I'd let you know there is an echo of some sort.
Thank you.
He did comment on one of his posts yesterday, and he responded. So now I know that he's still checking his Facebook. I'll press private message him again.
Is that you talking? Can't keep your mouth quiet, can you? I'm a ventriloquist. Where's Karen? I'm a ventriloquist. Yeah.
Can you like listen? Audio test, audio test, audio test, audio test, audio test. You okay?
Way down there in the canyon, climbing through brush and with no no food banquet, no bonus check for retirement early. Come on. I want to see your best, not your best. Today I always put on the best. The best show in the world. Hey, so you hear about the gentleman in Hermosa Beach? Yeah. was I ever not in show business?
But
I had a
the thing is, though, you're taking away from yourself because you have so much cards. And then when you show, like, what is why? I mean, there's something a little more. It's called stirring up the pot.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. It is 10:18, and we will move on to general public comment for today's meeting. General public comment.
Apologies, President Corson. May I reestablish quorum?
Yes, please.
President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner King, and Commissioner Mitchell are all present. We have a quorum. We're still joined by Darrell Field, our City Attorney Representative, and myself, Elise Mattson, Executive Officer.
Thank you for that, Ms. Mattson. General public comment is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items. We provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period, and we have our city attorney on hand to ensure you stay on time and on topic. We will start with John Doe.
Good morning. Once again, this commission did not provide the Braille as requested. There's going to be about 10 more days until my claim of damages is going to be accepted or not. The only reason why I had to file a claim of damages is because I'm suing only for $1. Let me tell you how it's going to happen. When I do file the suit, it'll be me as primary counsel. I'm going to have other counsel on there. And then what I'm going to do, legally, lawfully, and civilly, find out if you have spouses. Because since we're in a community property state, even though that you're in an official capacity, they're going to be included. That means I have to send a process server or another attorney over there to serve. And they'll probably serve around 6 in the morning and so forth. You have one person that is administration with this commission that is not providing Braille under the American Disability Act. Why does the city clerk always have to cover? Thank you.
We'll go next to Robert M. And then we'll go after that to Black Sabbath.
Candido Mayor. Sorry, they put me under another name. I want to thank Mr. Castillo, Mr. Victor Castillo, because, you know, individuals like him who have served this city for all these years, they have had to go through a lot. They've seen a lot. They've been asked to do things sometimes that wasn't right for the city, but they did the right thing and worked. And I hope you have a wonderful retirement, sir. But we have thousands of workers like that. In 2005, 13 DWP workers came to me and said, look, Mr. Merez, you got to look at this contract. It's filthy, it's dirty, and it's corrupt. And by golly, it was. When we turned it around, we ended up saving the city $2 million a year. So since 2010, it's probably about $25 million. I ask you folks, you're going to leave this position one day. Make sure that your heart is full of happiness, kindness, and goodness, that you did the right thing. Because you're going to be asked to do things that you don't really want to do. Don't do them unless you really feel you can really live with it the rest of your life. Thank you.
Next up is Black Sabbath.
Yes, case number CV09-06731 for the record. I want to point out a situation in which the city of Los Angeles has failed in more than one aspect. One, you're not providing safe sidewalks to walk on for pedestrians. Two, your curb ramps are in failure and damaging the pedestrian's right of use for a path of travel. And three, curb ramps. Very important to have curb ramps on all four corners. Now, it would sound stupid that you covered sidewalks, but the ramps, however, could not be covered. unless the sidewalks themselves are covered. So a normal function of a LA municipal entity's responsibility, fix the fucking sidewalks and streets. Thank you.
All right, next up, we have cards for ADA.
So again, I ask, 844 South Hoover Street, where is the repair? Where the fuck is my repair? There's still a hole in the sidewalk. They only put the little horse there and a couple of cones. Why won't you repair it? Is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm some kind of white nigger? Tell me what the fuck category I have to be in. Who the fuck do I have to go to get a simple fucking repair of a goddamn hole? People stepping in it all the time. They always knocking that thing down. I got to put it back up. They knock it down. Somebody's going to put their foot in there and they're going to get killed. Where the fuck is it? And then on 8th Street between Rampart and Carondelet, you only fix the north side of the lights. Where's the south side? We're still dark on the south side. Stop treating me like a nigger and treat me like a fucking human.
All right, up next, we have Goat Puppet and Mike Greenspan.
This was controversial. They wouldn't let me in today. Well, that's what I think of it. Okay. Now we're talking about our streets. Guess what, folks? I'm plugging Saticoy at Lancashire, both east side and west side. And not only do we have potholes, I would say if you put a yardstick, there's a good 3-foot pothole. It's even, hey, you could bring a rubber ducky or a little mini boat and float them around it. Let's see, where would it be? The southwest corner of Lancashire and Saticoy. I mean, that's how big it is. The bus even hits it, and it's a hump. I've been talking to you guys even when we had 4 other incompetent members of the Board of Public Works that we have gotten rid of. I've been mentioning it that long. So, yeah, it sucks a dick like this. You won't fix Saticoy and Lancashire over there in North Hollywood. Thank you.
All right, I think that's the end of the cards for in-person. Ms. Matson, if we want to go to the virtual platform.
Yes. First up, we have Audit LA. Audit LA, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
All right, if we can
I'm
ask
sorry.
the audience members to keep the noise down, please.
Yeah. Audit LA, I apologize. We're having a bit of audio issues. Please hold for 1 second. Audit LA, could you try again, please? Please hold. So sorry, Audit LA. Okay, maybe we can try this one more time. Audit LA, can you please try again? Yes, we can hear you a bit better. Go ahead. Yes, absolutely. You can start over. Thank you, Audit LA. That's time. Yeah, I think maybe shall I ask the city attorney, we're having a bit of audio issues this morning with the Zoom comments. It's a bit difficult to hear folks calling in and making comment, and I'm not sure that we'll be able to resolve it expeditiously.
Could the board hear that speaker on the, I feel like if the board can hear and make out what the speaker is saying, we should let them continue with their comments.
Sir, in the red hat, I already warned you. If you can please keep the noise down, we can hear you. No. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And we'll try to get the volume up, but our board members can hear, so we'll continue with general public comment. Next up, we have Mona M. Mona M, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. It is still, it's echoing again. However, I would like, if you can still hear me, I would like to talk about the ADA accessible parking spots all the way around L. Ron Hubbard Way, Fountain, Sunset, and Catalina. There are no ADA parking spots around the whole building. There are parking spots accessible in the parking lot itself. However, you have to be a parishioner or attending the church in order to have an accessible parking spot. I think this needs to be looked at. I think this needs to be rectified, and it should be part of the Americans with Disabilities Act. I'm sorry, did I lose it? Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Next, we have Jill. Jill, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm suggesting you collect the money that you didn't collect from the planters being left there for all that time when they were told to remove them on L. Ron Hubbard Way. Secondly, do not go for the street vacation. I'm begging you not to do that. They had the meeting last night in Clearwater, Florida, and you need to watch their meeting on their YouTube channel because you need to see what's going to happen if you approve that street vacation. And also you need to walk around and see what's going on there. Why don't you guys all go take a walk around the blue buildings and see what's going on there? And also take that money, and maybe you can donate it to the Aftermath Foundation. They have billboards all over your city asking people if they need help to leave Scientology. If you do a street vacation, you're going to make people feel more trapped and not get that help that they need. Bye.
Thank you. Next, we have Gigi's phone. Gigi, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm calling about L. Ron Hubbard Way between Sunset and Fountain. They have not officially asked for a street vacation, but please do not sell that street to Scientology. Unless it's for like some crazy number like, you know, $500 million or something like that, then go for it. But if you need money, and the city always needs money, put in metered parking on L. Ron Hubbard Way. There's no parking at all on that road for some reason, even though no one can back up why there's no parking. There's no proof of it being red zone or anything like that. So turn it into metered parking, get the city some money, and don't do a street vacation. I yield my time.
Thank you. Next, we have Miriam. Miriam, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm here yet again to raise concerns about the preferential treatment given to the cult of Scientology when applying for event permits on L. Ron Hubbard Way. Unlike other organizations, they seem to face little scrutiny, and their frequent street closures disrupt the neighborhood while serving only their interests. Even more troubling is their pending application for a street vacation on LRH Way. This isn't about public benefit, it's about control. If approved, it will allow Scientology to close off the street, build an invisible wall, further isolating its members and hiding the abuses and the coercion that the countless former members have spoken about. The city should not be complicit in helping a criminal organization shield itself from public oversight. I urge this board to scrutinize these applications with the same rigor applied to any other group and consider broader implications of allowing the street to be privatized.
Thank you.
Thank you.
President Corson, we've been hearing general public comment for about 9.5 minutes. We have 2 additional hands raised. Shall I check to see if they'd like to make a general public comment?
Yes.
Georgina McPhee, do you wish to make general public comment?
Yes, please.
You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I want to add on quickly to Audit LA's comment when she was talking about the music. One thing she neglected to mention that I think is crucial to know is that they play the same song over and over and over and over. That's used as torture by the CIA and various other operatives. And this is what this so-called church is doing to their entire neighborhood routinely. It's quite maddening. It's very loud. And I'm calling in about the street vacation. It really needs to be halted. That road's a direct access to 2 major hospitals. That street is very valuable to the neighborhood. It needs to be opened up for parking. Closing off that street makes this human trafficking cult that has been proven in court to be a human trafficking cult. It makes their victims, it makes it harder for them to even try to escape. They need to have some avenue of escape.
Thank you.
They're guarded. Thank you.
Last, we have Henry Marini. Would you like to make a general public comment?
Yes, general and a multiple agenda item, please.
Thank you. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
This board has still yet to operate in good faith and give me back the time I'm due for my public comment being suppressed as of last week. That Cure and Correct still has not been issued the relief I requested, which is simple 1 minute plus the 2 minutes I'm allotted for my comments on general and multiple agenda item, a total of 3 minutes, and the actions you took on those agenda items as of last week is null and void. 3 minutes total versus a court action. You realize that this is all leading more than just Scientology. This is showing government conspiracy and collusion to suppress violation, to suppress constitutional rights, and that's the real game ender here, right? So why can't you make good on my Cure and Correct? Why can't you make good on a simple 3 minutes, but you want to extend it to suing the city and you in your individual capacities and waste taxpayers' money? Why can't you make good on a simple cure and correct? And I'm not the only one. Make good on the cure and correct. It's a
Thank
very
you.
simple request.
President Corson, that's it for the generals.
Thank you, Ms. Mattson. With that, we'll close the general public comment portion of today's meeting and move on to the multiple agenda items public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during the multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. We'll start first with Mike Greenspan. You will have 2 minutes for items 1 and 2. Okay, just let us know which item.
Mike Greenspan, yes, let's.
I'm sorry, are you only wishing to speak on item 3?
Well, he's speaking on 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Thank you. First of all, let's start in order on number 1. We're talking about public improvements, and what is it here? Oh, good. And we're almost at $10 million for traffic signal backlog. Now we've got districts 13 and 14 missing out of this grab bag. And of course, we know, and I know, that the 9,915,000 will probably get up to be about 10, 11, $12 million because that's the way things operate. We always estimate low, and we have overruns, so you're back here appropriating extra money. Remember, the city is $1 billion in the red. You better grab your hands on that money while it's there because it's not going to be there. We're probably going to have to go back to paper checks because when they're not worth anything, at least they'll be wonderful pieces of toilet paper, including your paychecks. Now, we look at the next item, which is sidewalk repair. Oh, this one's good. Almost $2.5 million, $2,474,074. And of course, districts 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14 are missing from this. All right, 14 and 15. And go out on the Main Street side, take a left, walk about a block. You'll see some big necessary sidewalk repairs. They were trees in these brick things, planters. They're all falling apart, breaking up because the roots are breaking them up. And once they break up on the sidewalk, guess what they do? They go under the curb and break it up on the street. I know, I live in North Hollywood. I see this stuff happening. The tree roots are now breaking up the asphalt on the street. So you don't have to go too far. I've talked about this in front of Public Works and City Council. I've mentioned those trees by the Bower Square, you know, that dead mall that needs a record ball for improvement, that one. Now, as we go to, once again, more things. That was sidewalk repair. Now we've got traffic backlog and now our permits. $72,787 for the fiscal year from 7/1/2024 to 6/30/2025. Hey, how come we weren't paying these dues in July or in August? How come, let's see, we're in April and 2 months away from the fiscal year ending, or almost 3 months, and we're just paying the dues? Didn't you know we're in a $1 billion budget deficit? And just to let you know, Blumenfield, who plays Santa, managed to completely shoot the wad in the reserve fund, so there's no money to pay these dues. They should have been paid last year, calendar year.
Next up, we'll go with ADA on all items. You'll have up to 3 minutes.
Yes. So now we get to number 1. I was driving down a goddamn signal, and it was going red blink, red blink, red blink, red blink, and it took all goddamn day to get through there. Look at that. CD 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look, 13 and 14 don't have any bad street lights. As Hollywood and Echo Park. Why do the rest of the niggas in the city suffer? While CD 13 and 14 got no backup bids for traffic signal backlog. Why are the other 13 districts being treated discriminatorily? What is so special about CD 13 and 14 that they're getting a disproportionately fast response by your racist criminal board of public works? That's what this shows. And FBI agents watching out there, this is what these people at City Hall do. They prioritize based on race, income level. They don't give a fuck about the poorest people. They don't give a fuck about Koreatown. They don't give a fuck about Little Tokyo. They don't give a fuck about Reseda. They don't give a fuck about Encino. No, they only care about the Hollywood Walk of Shame, and they only care about downtown Los Angeles where wealthy billionaire niggas are dribbling a basketball. How do you dribble a basketball and get paid billions of dollars for it, but we don't have any goddamn sidewalks anywhere else, fool? What kind of jibbery bullshit are we dealing with here? And I'm the motherfucker wearing the Christmas hat. And I'm the one talking scene. Jesus fucking Christ, you racist. And then we got CD4, Nithya Ramen Noodle, who we call Noodle. Noodle. She's on 2829 Waverly Drive. And you want to do what? You want to remove a beautiful tree. Why do you want to remove such a beautiful tree? Because you got your money laundering motherfucking developer project. See, what happens is, fool, they come to the council and go, I want to build this new house, but I got this beautiful city tree in the way, and these motherfucking racists won't let me do it.
Well, you just put that motherfucking donation in my office holder account for $45,000.
I'll give you some queen bee feet. And they come to you, and every fucking time. The only person who stopped this was the late Kevin James. Please stop killing our trees and give me my street lights back.
All right, we'll go next to Goat Puppet.
Yeah, I see here in item 4, tree removal of oak trees. You know how long it takes for an oak tree to mature, but yet these white niggers too want to just tear them out and let these white fucking trash fucking developers build with noodle. That needs to stop. Stop noodle, and fuck noodle. Now look at this sidewalk repair program. The same goddamn repair program I talked about during my public comment. Barden versus Sacramento. Anything the city fixes, repairs, or builds with conditions of sidewalks and streets, you need to include curb ramps and goddamn fucking repairs to sidewalks. They come together as one under Title II and under the federal section of 504 Rehabilitation Act. Now, I might be a dumb nigger, but the dumb nigger got his facts right. So I, in faith, know that you're going to do something soon to repair that goddamn sidewalk of a 200 First Street, Spring Street, whatever fucking street it is, I can't even fucking remember. But you got the picture, you get the point. LA Times puts these fucking barriers on the sidewalk and street. Fucking mayor puts these fucking chinchero chain link fence on the street. How the fuck do you expect me, a white nigger, to deal with this shit after dealing with those white supremacist motherfucking Scientology putting their shit on the sidewalks? They're a cult. They rape women and children. They brainwash women and children, and you support that fucking shit? When all you have to do is recover the money they stole from the public on those fucking streets, those fucking sidewalks, and all these allegations that are brought up before Scientology on this shit of sidewalk repair programs. So either I'm a white nigger with no brains or I'm a retard, just like some of you are here. I never heard this goddamn kangaroo guy ever say a fucking word here about these conditions. I want him to speak. It's those fucking Chinese people from out there in the goddamn across the seas that brought COVID. Now they're bringing a plague against the sidewalk and streets. No repairs. Why? Why is that? Why do I have to walk in the goddamn street without those repairs? It violates Title II and it discriminates. I heard that goddamn word today. Discriminates against goddamn people of ethnicity and of minorities, nigga.
All right, we'll go next to Black Sabbath.
I pass, sir. Thank you.
All right, I think that is the end of our in-person multiple agenda item public comment. Ms. Mattson, if we have anyone on the virtual platform?
We have 2. Audit LA, you have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Good morning again. I believe I have an answer to go puppet for the number one why CD13 has all the things they need. It's because there's so many Church of Scientologies and in that area, and they have absolute influence over this city. And to me, that's the short answer, and that's also the answer why nothing's being done, like with the curb there, the sidewalk there, everything, they get away with everything, the music, everything, abusing permits, it's CD13, that's why it's Scientology. I also want to go to where Bureau Head update on the Bureau of Engineering. I want to ask him to please let us know where we stand with Scientology's asking for a street vacation. We know they have retained Mr. Delbach to do it. We know it is coming. They have said so, and so we want to be kept, to know when this is happening and where we're at. So we are going to be vehemently fighting against it. They are not going to turn, as H. Gilger would put it, East Hollywood into the Vatican City. It's not going to happen on our watch. As far as Bureau of Street Services, again, the streets, okay, L. Ron Hubbard Way, there's no red curb. The city, so far, I have everyone trying to find information on whether or not it's really a no parking. There's no one in the city that has an answer so far, okay? So why is there not parking there? There are 3 hospitals in that area and a metro station. They need parking, okay? People are paying Scientology to park in their lot as they work at the hospital. That is great for Scientology. They get money, and it looks like they're busy, because they're not. Nobody's really going in and out of there. And so, but it's not fair to people. I wouldn't want to park there. I wouldn't want people to recognize my car and say, oh, my God, you're a Scientologist? No offense to them. No, they can do what they want, but I wouldn't want that. I would rather park on the street. Okay, and as far as the sidewalk one, yes, I mean, you guys, please, I can't be there today because my chair is almost to the point where it won't even go anymore. It's completely almost kaput. And it's the big reason, the metro, the doors closing in on me, the street, the no curb cutouts and having to go over this horrific. We have the Paralympics coming. Are you guys preparing for that? Like, we do need street repair. We need light repair. That's the other, right, there's no lighting here in the valley everywhere. It's so dark. And I know you're in the process, but it really needs to get done. It is terrifying, especially I have one of my best friends coming home on a bus at night and having to walk a few blocks at night. She's terrified. She's like, it's so dark. You have to carry a flashlight just to walk, through city blocks. It shouldn't be that way. But 13 doesn't have that problem because Scientology, I guess they need it lit up so, they can use their tag readers and everything and their cameras work. So they make sure they're lit because they need that good backlight camera, for their cameras. So because the police get to use their cameras. And, and what church needs the...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Henry Marini. You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm just going to start by front loading every comment I make. If I get interrupted, take that as, you filed my cure and correct, and I expect it filed over email. I'm sick and tired of this, and I'll move on now to my related agenda item comments. I had to watch and endure as my good friend Audit, who just spoke, get trapped on the very same sidewalk that these alleged items are claiming to fix, and yet they don't. She was trapped there. She was trapped. That's harm, that's a suit, and that's a person I care dearly about, and so do much of the city here. That's your fault. We know from a city council member, it takes 10 years. So despite you have these items on your agenda, it actually takes 10 years for you to actually use that money to actually fix the damn sidewalks and put some damn lights on there. 10 years, that's a fact. 10 freaking years. That begs the question, what the hell are you actually doing with this money? And where the hell is it actually going? 10 years to fix a damn sidewalk. 10 years to fix a damn sidewalk. 10 years. My friend got stuck on there. That is utterly shameful. Shame on you. Shame on you that you would let this poor helpless woman get violated in such a way. Shame on you. 10 years to fix a sidewalk. And you talk about money and the fact that the city is broke, as per the controller, over $1 billion. I'm going to let you know on a little secret on how you can get money the legitimate way. You don't have to do what Weezer did. You can make it legitimately. You know how you can do that? You can do that by actually following through on 5611, 5612, and collecting the fees, $2,500 a day per violation. Each is a new charge against Scientology for the blockade illegally of the public right-of-way on their campus over at 4810 West Sunset. That's how you get the money. They owe you over $2 million now. $2 million that they owe you. That is enough to secure. You don't even have to do a bid. You have 3 items here on that. You don't even have to do a bid. That alone secures the funding to repair the sidewalk so that my good friend Audit doesn't get trapped there. Doesn't get trapped there. $2 million so you can actually do your damn job and fix a sidewalk, hopefully in under 10 years, and you get it legally from Scientology. You don't have to do what Weezer did, because Weezer did run a racketeering scheme. You don't have to do that. You can do it legally. Find them through LAMC 5611, 5612, and just do your job and criminally write an affidavit in support for a criminal misdemeanor charge under the violation of the public right of way, under the same statutes I just gave you, and everybody would see you as heroes. They would love you. Do your job, get some money. They owe you over $2 million. Go and get it. You're broke. The city controller sets to himself, and that way you don't have to have helpless, defenseless women get trapped on a damaged sidewalk because you let it happen. She got trapped. 10 years it takes
Thank
to
you.
fix a
That's
sidewalk.
time. President Corsan, that's it for our public comments today.
Great. With that, we'll close multiple agenda item public comment for today's meeting and move on to the approval of the minutes for Wednesday, March 19th. If there's a second to my motion to approve the minutes. Thank you, Ms. Mattson. There is a first from myself and a second from Vice President Chavez.
Great. We'll take the roll beginning with you, President Corsan.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes and the minutes are approved.
Thank you. We'll move on to item number 1, bids, Public Works Project, Traffic Signal Backlog, Phase 2, and Traffic Signal Improvements.
Thank you, President Corsan. We have Matthew Castellanos here from our team to provide us with the bids. We have just one bid. The firm name is International Line Builders, Inc., DBA ILB Electric. And the total bid amount is $18,126,090. That's 18126,090. And that concludes the bids for this project.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Mattson. Is there a second to my motion to receive this bid? Thank you, Ms. Mattson. There's a first from myself and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Great, we'll take the roll beginning with you, President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, the bid is received, opened and declared, and proceeds forthwith.
Thank you. We have 2 consent items. If there is no objection, I'll make a motion to approve the consent items 2 and 3. Thank you, Ms. Mattson. There is a first from myself and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Great, we'll take the roll again, beginning with you, President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and the motion is adopted.
Thank you, Ms. Mattson. Before we move on to other voting items, I just want to note that item number 9, Bureau Heads update will be postponed to, I believe, April 18th. Oh, we don't have a meeting April 18th.
Sorry, apologies for that, President Corsand. We're working with the bureaus to identify another date in the next month.
Okay.
And I just wanted to make a note that the motion for those consent items are moving forward forthwith.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 4. We have in Council District 4 a tree removal at 2829 Waverly Drive, and we have Hector Banuelos.
Good morning, President Corsand, Commissioners. My name is Hector Banuelos. I'm with the Spiro Street Services Urban Forestry Division. What we have before you is a request for a fee permit for the removal of 12 trees and shrubs, which includes 6 trees that are growing on the public right-of-way and 6 trees and shrubs that are on private property that are protected by our native tree ordinance. The site is located at 2829 Waverly Drive. It is 4 lots. It currently has 2 dwelling units located on the properties with moderate to steep topography. The site the project was approved by the Department of City Planning under Vesting Tentative Tract 74961. And as part of the approval of the project, the applicant will be constructing 13 small lot dwellings on the property. The required grading to construct the project as approved and planned and the street improvements that is also required as this project will severely impact and require the removal of 6 native protected trees and shrubs growing on the property and 6 trees that are growing within the public right-of-ways there along Waverly Drive. The project is located on the northwest corner of Waverly Drive and Glendale Boulevard, adjacent to the Silver Lake community in Council District 4. The Department of City Planning did previously approve as well as a categorical exemption for this project due to the California Environmental Quality Act. These 6 trees growing in the public right-of-way are in fair to poor health, and it must be removed in order for the applicant to comply with their required street improvements, which includes a widening of Waverly Drive to complete a 18-foot half roadway. They will also be installing concrete sidewalks along Waverly and a 7-foot parkway and installing street trees once the project is complete. Along the Glendale Boulevard side, there was retaining walls being constructed and an extensive amount of grading throughout the whole property. And so all the grading and development and the retaining wall construction will severely impact the 6 native trees and shrubs that are on the property, and they will require removal in order for the applicant to construct the project as approved and planned. The 6 native trees and shrubs include 1 coast live oak, 1 California bay laurel tree, 1 Mexican elderberry, and 3 toyon shrubs. They are in poor to fair condition. The trees that are growing on the public right-of-way along Waverly Drive include 1 Chinese elm, 2 rubber trees, 1 Aleppo pine, 1 deodar cedar, and 1 carob tree. They are also in poor to fair health as well, and they will require removal. The Council District 4 was notified of the tree removals back on March 25th, and the trees were posted as required for a minimum 30-day period on December 4th of 2024. The division did notify Council Office, but has not received any inquiries either opposed or for the project at this time. If approved, the applicant shall replace the street trees with a minimum of 2 to 1 with 12 24-inch box-sized trees to be planted along both Waverly Drive and along the Glendale Boulevard side. Those tree species would be western redbuds and the desert willows, which are both California native species. To address the tree removals, the removal of protected trees and shrubs on the property, the applicant will be replacing the trees at 4 to 1 in kind with the removed trees. There is room to plant the trees on the private property, and the applicant will be required to post cash bond to guarantee the survival of the trees once planted. That concludes the presentation. I'm here to address any questions the board may have.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Seeing none, is there a motion on this item? Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Mattson. There is a first from Commissioner Mitchell and a second from Commissioner King.
Great, thank you. We'll take the roll beginning with you, President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and the report is adopted and carries forthwith.
Great, thank you. Moving on to item number 5 in Council District 1, tree removal at 3222 East Future Street.
Good morning, President Corsand and commissioners. I'd like to present a project located at 3222 East Future Street and request board approval for a fee permit to remove 8 protected trees and shrubs that consists of 7 California black walnuts and 1 toyon to allow for the construction of a single-family dwelling in relation to planning case number DIR-2019-1509-SSP. The applicant is proposing to build a new 3-story, 3,119 square foot single-family dwelling on a vacant lot in the Mount Washington Glassell Park specific plan area in Council District 1. The site consists of 12 live protected tree and shrubs, all in poor to fair condition, measuring approximately 5 to 14 inches in cumulative diameter by 10 to 20 feet in height. 5 walnuts will require removal as they are directly in the footprint of the proposed residence. 2 additional walnuts and 1 toyon shrub will be impacted by the proposed grading and the installation of the retaining walls. 4 protected trees will be retained throughout the entirety of the construction. According to the applicant, the project explored other locations and alternatives to avoid impacting the protected trees. However, impact was unavoidable for the 8 protected tree species due to the proposed location of the single-family dwelling. If approved, the applicant shall plant 28 24-inch size box or largest available container size of Southern California black walnut trees and 4 15-gallon or largest available size container toyon shrubs on site to replace the removed tree and shrubs. As it pertains to the CEQA, the Department of City Planning prepared and adopted a categorical exemption for the project and determined that this project is categorically exempt. The Department of City Planning's notice of exemption was utilized in forming the recommendation in this report and is on file with Streets LA and available to the public upon request. As it pertains to the notification, the first council district was informed of the tree removal permit request on October 23rd, 2024. The tree removal details were made publicly available in the Streets LA website page on October 19th, 2024. No issues or concerns have been raised by the council office at the time of the drafting of this report, and the applicant has been advised of the recommendations contained within this report. This concludes my presentation, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments on this item? Is there a motion on this item? Great. Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Ms. Mattson, there is a first from Commissioner Mitchell and a second from President Pro Tem Grant.
Great, thank you. We'll take the roll beginning with you, President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and the report is adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 6 from Bureau of Street Services and Bureau of Engineering, task order solicitation number 38 for Tetra Tech, MG Engineering, and HNTB Corporation.
Good morning, President Corson, fellow commissioners, Ms. Executive Officer, Ms. City Attorney. My name is Al Bazi. I'm with the Bureau of Street Services. So this board report is to authorize the city engineer to issue task order number 38 to 3 consultants from the pre-qualified on-call civil engineering consultants list to provide engineering support services for Streets LA curb ramps improvements program. The 3 firms are Tetra Tech. The award amount is $3,02,512. MGE $3,025,296.94. HNTB $3,032,259.29. As part of the city's pavement preservation program, Streets LA is mandated to upgrade all of the access ramps every time we do resurfacing. The city currently has a very sizable backlog of these access ramps that need to be designed and constructed. To assist in meeting this demand, Board of Public Works in October 22 approved the issuance of a previous TOS, that was TOS number 702, from the BUE Bridge on-call list to hire 2 consultants to assist with this task. As part of that TOS, which was further amended twice in 2023, the 2 consultants delivered approximately 1,000 ramps over a period of 2 years. During that same period, Streets LA was able to complete the construction of 400 ramps. The need for this service, it still exists. This remains a top priority for the city with the upcoming Olympics, and the PPP ramps backlog remains pretty high. And this demand still exceeds our capabilities at Streets LA, so we are proposing to issue this TOS because we need consultants' help again. And the selected consultants will be tasked with the design of approximately 300 ramps each, a total of 900 ramps total. The amount that we negotiated includes contingencies and, if needed, construction support when we go to construction. This amount includes all surveying services as well. That's already included in the cost. That's been negotiated as well. Out of the 26 firms on the on-call consultant list, 7 responded. We shortlisted it to 5. We interviewed those 5 firms, and using the criteria outlined in the TOS, the 3 recommended firms were selected. This TOS is subject to the Business Inclusion Program. The percentages MBE 18, WBE 4, SBE 25, EBE 8, and DVBE 3%. I'm pleased to report that all 3 firms are pledging percentages that are larger than these amounts. This concludes my report today.
Thank you, Mr. Bazzi. Commissioners, do we have any questions or comments on this item? Vice President Chavez.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you let us know how the locations will be selected and when that will occur?
Sure. It's the pavement preservation program that drives this. It's the PCI of the roadways, the condition of the roads. So that division prepares the program, the list of the streets that need to be surfaced for a particular fiscal year. That gets transmitted to my team that investigates these corridors, and we look for access ramps. First thing we'll look for are the missing ramps. And then we start looking at the ramps that are damaged, that need repair. And that's how the priorities are set. It's per fiscal year.
Okay, but in terms of timing, so when do you, so this is for design, and then there will be construction work. This is over a period of years. When, like, is this determined in batches? Is there a yearly plan for when these, and when will that report be forwarded to us so we can review that?
All right, sure. Like right now, we're looking, yes, exactly. It's in batches. We're looking at fiscal year, we're working on fiscal year 23, 24, 24, 25. So we'll look at these corridors. We're looking at them now. These corridors cannot be resurfaced until the ramps are designed and constructed. So after this NTP is issued, the consultants will immediately start the design. We're not going to wait until all 900 ramps are done. I would say maybe in 3 months, not maybe, in 3 months, we're going to start receiving batches and small batches of designs, 30, 40, 50. Immediately when my group receives these designs, they will be dispatched to our construction crews at Streets LA so that they can be put into the queue for construction. So you're asking about the timing. In 2 weeks, I could give an NTP, and then immediately we should see the first wave of designs in 3 months to start construction.
And that's for the 300? The 300 ramps?
The 300, we're going to give them 2 years to start with. That's up to 2 years. This was one of the things we considered during our selection of consultants, is the consultants' capability to do more. How much bandwidth do they have? So if they can crank them out pretty fast, I'm going to come back here in front of you asking for authorization for more work for them. As I mentioned, it's thousands and thousands of ramps that need our attention here, and it's our intention to do as much as we can, as much as we're allowed to.
Okay, I just asked, once we have the locations, that can just forward that as a report to the board so that we have that information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll take note of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Any other comments or questions, commissioners? If not, is there a motion on this item?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Mattson, there is a first from Commissioner Mitchell and a second from President Pro Tem Grant.
Great, thank you. We'll take the roll. President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and the item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bazzi. Moving on to oral reports. Item number 7, advisement number 1, specialized on-call maintenance service updates from the Bureau of Sanitation.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, President Corsand, members of the board, executive officer, city attorney, bureau leaders, and the general public. My name is Trayton Dubois, and I am an environmental engineering associate at LA Sanitation and Environment with Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant. I'm here today to provide an oral report for the specialized as-needed maintenance contracts awarded to Murray and ACO. To give a short briefing on the background of the contract, the specialized as-needed maintenance contract were awarded to Murray Plumbing and Heating Corporation and ACO Engineered Systems for the purpose of augmenting the Bureau's staff by providing maintenance support on an as-needed basis. The scope of work includes the contractors to perform a variety of maintenance services, including but not limited to refurbishment, renovation, modification, and replacement of various conveyance and mechanical, electrical, and process control systems. These contracts were established in July of 2020, a total ceiling of $63 million, which include a 5-year term, plus 2 2-year renewal options at the discretion of the city. Now to continue to the third quarter oral report. For the third quarter of the fiscal year 24-25, 0 projects were initiated with Murray Company and 0 projects were initiated with ACO Engineered Systems. The total for the fiscal year to date is 5 years initiated with Murray for a total of $600,739.82. 0 projects have been initiated with ACO Engineered in fiscal year 24-25. The total amount invoiced to date by ACO Engineered Systems is $1,835,974.05, with 34% total achieved participation in the Business Inclusion Program. The total amount invoiced to date by Murray Company is $20,310,357.78, with 70% total achieved participation in the Business Inclusion Program. This concludes the oral report for the specialized as-needed maintenance contracts, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments on this item? Nice and easy. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, moving on to item number 8 from the Bureau of Street Services, status update on major upcoming street improvement projects.
Good morning, President Corsad, Vice President Chavez, Commissioners, and Bureau representatives. My name is Gerardo Hernandez, Superintendent with the Street Renewal Division of Streets LA. This information is being provided to keep the public informed on upcoming resurfacing projects and to minimize the impact on the community as well as delays. For additional information or concerns, you can contact our coordinating section for the Street Renewal Division at area code 213-847-3200. The following major project is scheduled in Valley Region resurfacing during the week of April 6th, 2025 through April 12th, 2025. Tuesday, April 2nd, 2025 through Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. From 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., we will begin cold milling and paving Centinela Avenue from Santa Monica Boulevard to Nebraska Avenue in Council District 11. West Los Angeles Sawtelle Neighborhood Council Pavement Preservation Fund. Additionally, we will provide an update on our 2024 and 25 pavement preservation program during the week of April 6, 2025 through April 12, 2025. The Metro and Valley regions will complete 7 projects resulting in 4.11 lane miles. The press releases were distributed and notifications have been issued. Streets LA has coordinated with council offices to assist with outreach to stakeholders. We have coordinated with the Los Angeles Department of Transportation for traffic control assistance. This information is also available on the Streets LA website using the open icons. The open projects icon. This concludes my report.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments on this item? No. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 10, bulky item pickup drop-off update from the Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, President Corzine and the Board of Public Works Commissioners. My name is Juan Robles. I'm the Assistant Division Manager for the Solid Resources South Collection Division. I'm here to give an oral presentation on our bulky item services that we provide to the residents of the City of Los Angeles. The bulky item service that we provide is basically giving the opportunity to residents to set out their household items such as furniture, TVs, refrigerators. So within the bulky item collection program, we have 2 separate collections as well. One is e-waste and one is white goods. E-waste are like televisions, electronics. White goods is appliances, any metal items that they may have they want to dispose of. All they have to do is call us at least a day ahead of their collection day, and they can set the items out on their collection day, and we'll send somebody to pick them up. Along with that program, we also provide service once a month, every month on the second Saturday, where residents can actually take their items to one of 6 locations that we have to drop the items off instead of taking them to either a landfill or a transfer station themselves. And I want to give you some data on both programs. The bulk item collection that we have trucks go by and collect for the calendar year of 2024, we have collected a total of 32,620 tons. That's a combination of all three programs combined, the bulky item, electronic, and the white goods. Breaking it down, bulky items for that calendar year was 30,519. Electronic waste was 524 tons, and the white goods program collected 1,576. For the weekend or the Saturday bulky item drop-off locations, we actually had 2,779 participants that took items to our collection sites. Those participants took 3,117 items, which amounted to 1,773 tons. That concludes the oral presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thank you, Commissioners. Any questions or comments on this item? Seeing none. Thank you. Thank you for all the work on the bulky item pickups.
Thank you.
And finally, moving on to our last oral report, item number 11, Water Reclamation Plant Advanced Water Purification Facilities Update.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Ryan Thea. I'm the Assistant Division Manager at the Water Reclamation Division of the LASAN. I'm here with Ms. Christina Jones as well. Today we'll be briefing the Board of Public Works on the progress for the Los Angeles Groundwater Replenishment Program at Donald C. Tillman and the Pure Water Los Angeles at Hyperion. So I started off with the LAGWR at Tillman. So this program is a collaboration between LADWP and LASAN to produce up to 22,000 acre-feet per year of purified recycled water that will be used to replenish the San Fernando groundwater basin, which is a major drinking water source for the city of Los Angeles. The GWR is one of the largest water projects in the state, presenting a transformational steps towards achieving the city's goal of local, sustainable, drought-resistant water supplies for the Los Angeles. So with that, in November 2024, Board of Public Works and Department of Water and Power approved $740 million for the construction and operation and maintenance phases of the program. So this program includes several projects, approximately 6 projects. The first one is the Advanced Water Purification Facility. The second one is Equalization Basins Project. The third one is the Maintenance and Warehouse Facility and the Ancillary Warehouse Facility, Japanese Garden Bypass Project, and lastly, some of the miscellaneous improvements that we have to do, such as pumps and piping improvements, which are being executed as the allowance item for the major projects. Summary of the AWPF is that it was awarded to Jacobs Engineering, and we began construction in February 2023. The design was completed in November 2024, and the project broke ground on December 6, 2024, recently last year, after the board signed the construction contract amendment for the project. The project will begin producing water by the end of 2026 calendar years. And the scope of the contract includes the design and the construction of a 30 million gallons per day of advanced purification facilities using the microfiltration, reverse osmosis, and UV advanced oxidation process technology that will produce recycled water for the indirect potable reuse. The purified water is pumped from the Tillman to the Hanson Spring Grounds, which is located about 9 miles away from Tillman. The water is then allowed to infiltrate into the groundwater for recharge and replenishment. The total cost for the project is $523 million that covers both design and the construction cost. And the status of the project is at 10% construction at this moment. The project is fully funded by the Department of Water and Power, and project is being implemented using the Progressive Design Build project delivery process, and LASAN manages the contract. The next project, one of the large major projects, the supporting project, is the Equalization Basin Project. The goal of the project, or the tanks, we're building 2 circular tanks to bring in and store the primary peak flow during the peak hours. So during the morning hours, afternoon hours when we get a lot of water coming into the plant. We want to take advantage of the flow and store the water until the water level at the plant goes to about 20% below average when everyone's sleeping and at night. The reason being is that we need stable and controlled flow for the advanced water purification facility to be able to operate efficiently. So the project is currently about 50% design, and the design for the project was awarded to in October 2024, so pretty recently as well. And the total design cost is about $8.8 million. The project, in summary, will bring additional 9 million gallons of primary storage. Again, this project is also the joint project between LASN and LEWP. We are expecting to receive the guaranteed maximum price for the construction phase in about a few weeks. This project is again implemented by the Progressive Design Build Project Delivery, and LASN manages the contract. The another project as a part of the program is the Maintenance Warehouse Facility project. The objective of the project is to fulfill the maintenance requirements for the additional treatment facility, warehousing requirements for the equalization basins. So the scope is pretty straightforward. The project is going to demolish the existing single-story building and construct a new two-story building to be able to accommodate those additional needs. The board received the bids, 3 bids for this project back in January, I believe, or could have been in December. And Bureau of Engineering is currently evaluating the bids. After the bid evaluation, we're hoping to award the project to the lowest and most responsive bidder in about 6 months from now. So that's probably in June or July. For the project, 50% of the cost is being paid for by the Water and Power. It's a joint project again. We also have the ancillary warehouse facility, which is completed about a year ago, and it's in full operation. So that brings in additional warehousing and space for the staff, additional staff that we're going to need. So lastly, the next project, the last one, is the Japanese Garden Bypass project. The goal is to install the operational flow bypass for the plant to be able to bring the flow back into the headworks. The total flow that we're expecting to get from that project is about 4 million gallons. The project is subject to the water rights grant from the State Water Resources Control Board. So once we're clear with the water rights, we'll be able to operate the project and bring additional 4 million gallons of flow for the advanced water purification facility. And I also mentioned the installation of several operating equipment such as the variable frequency drives, new pumps, flow control weirs, which are part of the program as well. So in summary, it is a huge program, $740 million of investment at Tailman. For a program of that scale, we have approximately 50 to 60 contractors, subcontractors, and design firms that are really involved in the design and the construction of the facilities. A few of the firms are pretty familiar to us: Jacobs, Walsh Construction, Lois Construction, Cupertino Electrics, Murray Construction, Griffith Construction, Flowserve, Trojan, H2O. I can go on, but those are pretty reputable companies that are partnering with us to construct 3 or 4 facilities at the project. So with this program, we're able to generate 600 full-time jobs during the 5 years of construction period. After the construction is completed during the operation and maintenance phase, we'll be able to generate 40 full-time jobs in the operations and maintenance part of it. So that's a summary of the Advanced Water Purification Facility and overall the groundwater replenishment program at the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant. Before I conclude my part, I wanted to share our thanks to the Mayor's Office, particularly Ryan Jackson, Deputy Mayor Winston, Councilwoman Padilla, who has been really supportive of the project, Bureau of Contract Administration, Bureau of Engineering, and our partners at the Department of Water and Power, and present and past board members of this board. Without your leadership, we wouldn't be where we're at today. So with that, I'll stand by and be able to answer any questions, but I'd like to hand it over to Ms. Christina Jones for the Pure Water Los Angeles program.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Christina Jones. I'm an environmental engineer with LA Sanitation and Environment. I'm here today to give a brief overview of what's been happening with the Pure Water Los Angeles program. As many of you know, thank you also for attending. We had our joint board meeting of the Board of Public Works and DWP Board of Commissioners March 25th. So that was really marking a big milestone for our program in reconciling that there's going to be now 2 plans that we have done some initial planning through, the master plan by DWP and the program implementation plan by LA Sanitation and Environment. So these both mark a major milestone for the program and sort of indicates our transition into the next stage, which will be including the programmatic environmental impact report. This document will be led by DWP. However, sanitation is of course going to be a partner in creating that document, and it is a very important next step for us as we move forward with the program, and hopefully with our phase 1A at Hyperion in closed procession. So this organization, this group, this whole program is being done with close collaboration with the Climate Cabinet through the Mayor's Office and through your board. So we do look forward to continuing that, as well as our ongoing efforts with DWP on the planning and engineering side of things. Of course, this program is going to be quite a big endeavor for the city and involve a lot of involvement from various departments and staff within the city. Just to give you some more concrete updates of things that you could go see today in person. At Hyperion, we have 2 projects, the Hyperion Advanced Water Purification Facility and the MBR Pilot Facility. Both projects have completed construction. The HAWPF, for short, that project is actually going to be starting up very soon, or starting up, and we're going to hopefully be producing water and sending it to LAX within the next few months. So that's another big milestone for us, and it's a great educational facility. So if anybody wants to come for a tour, please let us know. The MBR pilot facility is more intended for research purposes and regulatory approval purposes. This project, although being done with construction, we do need to complete an odor control project before we can start up that project. We hope that that project can be completed and fully running by the end of this year of 2025. And with that, I want to close with saying that we are always contributing and collaborating with DWP. So as part of that, LA San has their Earth Day coming up on April 26th, and we will have a program booth there. So if anybody would like to come by and visit us, it's on April 26th from 10 to 2 on a Saturday at the Norman O. Houston Park. And that's it for me. Ryan and I are both here for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments on this item?
I have one question with regard to the, thank you for both your reports. With regard to the LAX program, when will that start?
So the construction's all completed. It's a matter of completing some regulatory requirements. So hopefully within the next 2 to 3 months, it'll be running.
Will you make sure to let the board know when that will be operational?
Okay, we will. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Commissioner King?
Thank you both. Quick comment. In the future, would it be possible to get like a synopsis in writing before the oral reports? I think that would be easier for us to follow. Thank you.
All right. Seeing no other questions or comments, thank you. Ms. Matson, have we cleared the desk for today?
Yes, sir, we have.
Great. We will not have a regular board meeting on Monday, April 7th, but instead we'll have a special on-site management meeting. And at 11:36, our meeting today is adjourned.